I'm plus size, I have an apron belly, and I had a C-section instead of a vaginal delivery. And so in order to tell you why, I have to go a little bit back in time to my pregnancy. I had a very normal pregnancy. I was very healthy. I was very active when I got pregnant. I was hiking every single morning and roller skating every evening. So I got pregnant. We had been trying for a really long time and just couldn't make it happen. And then the pandemic happened, and I was like literally living my best life outside, of course, but I got pregnant. And so my pregnancy was very normal. I was a little bit older. I was in my 30s. And so of course that was like the first red flag to most doctors. I found a doctor. I really liked her staff. I can't say that I liked her because I didn't see her that often. I mostly saw her physician's assistants. But I had a very normal pregnancy. I am diabetic. I've been diabetic for a really long time. At this time, my diabetes was very controlled without medication because of my activity level and my diet. And throughout my pregnancy, that was something that we were very conscious of, making sure that I continuously kept my activity level up and my diet like in check. I ate a diabetic diet during my pregnancy. I was very strict with it because I did not want to have to go on diabetes medicines while I was pregnant. I was also very active during my pregnancy. During my pregnancy, I hiked my hardest hike at Palo Duro Canyon in Texas, and I also hiked my longest hike, which was about 12 miles at a state park here in San Antonio. And so I was really active. I was hiking multiple times a week. I was still leading group hikes. I just felt really, really good my entire pregnancy, and really staying active is what I contribute to that. But on the inside, despite everything that I was doing on the outside, my diabetes was kind of just doing its thing. And while it was controlled through my first and second trimester, the third trimester in diabetes, it's its own little thing. Your placenta kind of takes over. And despite all of my efforts, I ended up needing to be on insulin. Well, I took the insulin. It did not help. They kept increasing my dose, and my body kept fighting against it. And my baby started growing at a really rapid rate. At 37 weeks, she was projected to be 9 pounds. And so my OBGYN said, Lindsay, I'm anticipating a challenging delivery because of her size. And so I would like to do a C-section. And being a first-time mother, someone who honestly kind of just flies through life by the seat of her pants without a lot of intentional planning. I didn't have like this really strict birth plan, like I had an idea, but honestly, I just wanted my baby out of me in the safest way possible. And if my OBGYN is telling me a C-section is the safest way possible, I'm going to listen to her. And so I said, okay, let's schedule it. And at 37, 38 weeks, I had a 9-pound baby girl. And that is why I had a C-section instead of a vaginal delivery. I did want to have a vaginal delivery, but again, like I'm not the type that has like these really strict birth plans. It just wasn't something I cared about that much. The only thing I cared about is that I had a safe delivery, that my baby got out of my body in the safest way possible, in the least traumatic way possible. I remember saying those exact words to her. This is wild. I remember this. At our last appointment, she was like, okay, so we're going to do a C-section. We're going to schedule it. And I remember saying to her, that's fine. I want this to be the least traumatic birth possible for myself, for my baby, for my husband. I just want this kid out of me, and I want to have her in my arms. And boy, oh boy, did that not work out the way I had hoped.